adjustments need to be made for this, so make sure you've got something to write with and something to write on. There's not many things to take down, so I'm just going to give you an overview of the podcasting project as it's been designed. Basically, I'll explain what I do in England at the moment, what I've done in Europe, because I have been to other countries, but first time for Poland. What is podcasting? Because podcasting is a word that is often meaningless. We have the word meaningless in England. No one is quite sure what it means. So I'm going to try and define podcasting for this project. Talk about how we do podcasting in my organisation. Talk about the 2 years of the project. Project year 1, project year 2, and then leave you with something to think about at the end. So at the moment I work as a programme tutor. That's like Radek, if you know him. I teach most of the time to students just like yourselves. I have approximately 100 students, not at the same time. The most we have at any one time is 20. Our rooms are designed for 20 students maximum. We have a couple of lecture theatres where we can see 50, but we try not to use them. It's too many people at the same time. I also have another job as a quality manager where I look after the standards of the marking and the assessment of the teachers in the organisation. And of course I have the podcast project, which I'm involved in at the moment. Also, when I'm not at school, not at college, I do some private consultancy work for an award body which is called Edexcel. There are several award bodies in England. Edexcel is one. City and Guilds of London is another institute. We do private work for them also. My European experience, I have worked at making a curriculum that they taught in UK, Finland, Sweden and Italy. So we designed an education programme and students in all these countries were doing the same programme in their own language, but to the same standard. That was a 3-year project. That was quite involved. I've taken students to Sweden, Finland and Norway. We have exchanged students together for a number of years. I've also been to Denmark and Estonia to organise work placement visits. I've overseen some project work there. So, what is podcasting? Now I have some symbols here. They tell me I've got oh goodness me, that's good. A laser device. Yes, so this is, I think you call these vinyls now, yeah? Vinyls. I call them records, but that's maybe an old-fashioned term. So you can make a podcast on a vinyl, but not many people have the vinyl equipment. We don't use it really. So we have another old-fashioned type of device there called a cassette recorder. Has anyone seen a cassette recorder? Yeah. And this, of course, so all you need is a microphone, a cassette recorder, or some type of mobile phone or anything to record a podcast on. So it's like audio content, like listening to the radio on demand here. So in England, we have BBC-i. You have BBC-i in Poland, you can receive, I'm not sure. So you can watch the television programmes again and again. Also, we have the radio, this is broadcast the BBC. You can listen to this again and again, often as you like. It's called a podcast. So basically, when you make a podcast, it's like making a radio programme, only you've got more options in terms of content and programming. So the listener, which is the person listening to the podcast, can decide when it's convenient for them. You can also store the programme. So in education, this is where you come in. The future will be, we will record a lecture. You can listen to it 100 times if it is your wish, or you can listen to it once. Then there will be some work to do from the lecture, and the work will be there as well as a podcast, and you will have to find it. This is the way education is moving in England, to be taught blended learning. you would spend some time like this in the room with the teacher, and you would spend some time at home with the podcast, listening again to what has happened. Some work will never be with a teacher, so you will have to get used to this new way of learning. At the moment, in Leeds City College, we have a number of methods of using e-learning. One of them is online lectures. And online lectures is a hyperlink. So in Leeds City College, our students will see this type of platform. It's on the web, it's called Moodle. So you log in, you go to Moodle, and there is some work. It tells them there's some upcoming event happening, there's some recent activity, also the possibilities are here. This is the teacher view. So when the teacher is looking at Moodle, I can do things here. This is a course, this is the podcasting course on Moodle, and that tells them that this program is only available for people. That's clever. This program is only available for people who are registered to use the program. So when we use a learning platform, you cannot see the courses that your friend is doing. You can only see the courses that you are doing and you are authorized to do. So, down below, we normally break the program up into a number of sections. So you would start here. So if you were on the podcast European project area, you would start here with Pod 1, which is a 10-minute lecture on podcasting. So you could listen to this, and then you would go to the blog site. You've used blogs, chat rooms, this type of device. So here, you could join the other people who are on the European project. Some people in Greece, some people in Romania, some people in Latvia, and maybe some people in southern Italy, who will be working on this project together. Then there are a number of assignments for the full-time students in England, but not for the people who are working on the project in other countries. So if I go where we were before, okay. So, basically, in England, you have online lectures, online workshops. This is a type of live event where the teacher sat somewhere in the ether space, as we call it, somewhere in the cyber world. You are at home, you are somewhere, and you are working together. We call it an online workshop. Sometimes you need to submit verbal evidence. You don't have to write out the work. You speak the work, record the work as a podcast, and you send it to the learning platform. And then on the learning platform, this can be checked by me or your other teacher. Also, you do video presentations. So there is a choice of doing a video presentation if you are in Leeds City College as a student, or you can do an audio presentation in Leeds City College, or you can do a written report. 3 methods of submitting evidence for your award. Now Radek, if you could let them listen to the audio recordings, please. With 2 students doing some work. The task was, can you make a short audio podcast? And this is what they did.
Which one, the first one?
Yes, as long as it's audio, there's nothing to see, just listen.
This is a test from Luking.
So that is
a test from
a typical student. Do a 1-minute podcast. Now can we listen to another one, please? Another audio.
This is a test message from Shah Hussain.
A more serious student.